Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing from the Big Fat Notebook of Science for middle schoolers, but this is more of a straightforward concept, so anyone can really do this. Doesn't matter what grade you're in, so let's get started. Alright, so this is the Science Skills Toolkit. So the objective of this lesson is, by the end, I can name science branches, follow the scientific method, tell number versus word data, pick a good graph, use SI units, and follow lab safety. After a storm, the garden club wants proof that a new fertilizer helps seedlings. You have one lunch period to test it and share results tomorrow. So what you can do right now is you can do a quick single plant test now and describe the leaf color. Write it down, maybe put your answer in the comments. So we're just gonna wait a minute for that. So let's start. 30 seconds on the clock. Alright guys, time's up. Okay, so you could drop your answer down in the comments, and I'll also put some notes in the comments, and we'll go over them after we finish this lesson. So let's begin. Science branches. Life. Life science asks how living things grow, survive, and interact. It covers cells, animals, and plants we see every day. Physical. Physical science studies matter, energy, forces, and motion. It explains why balls bounce and lights shine. Earth. Earth science explores our planet, rocks, oceans, weather, and space. It tells how storms form and mountains rise. So name something a physical or earth scientist might study. Answer in 1 or 2 words. So I'm just going to give you like 10 seconds to do that because that's all you would need. Alright, time's up. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the scientific method. The scientific method is basically when you ask questions, test with an experiment, and draw a conclusion. Partner power-up. Write at least 2 ideas to answer the question with pencil and paper. Share your ideas with a partner. So you could share this with someone at home. You could put a thumbs up in the comments if you had a similar idea. Talk to someone at home if you get time, and then you could also put your answers down in the comments, and I will reply and tell you whether they're correct or not. So I'll just give you like a couple of seconds for that. Alright, next slide. Data types. Numbers. Quantitative data are numbers you can measure, like 10 centimeters plant height. Words. Qualitative data are descriptions you notice, like the leaves look bright green. What is qualitative data? Choose your answer. When everyone votes are in. Alright, so you could tell someone at home your answer, so I'm going to give you like 50 seconds for this. Alright, so that's that. So now we'll move on to SI units. So we're going to measure the length. We measure length in centimeters. A small stem may be 12 centimeters. We measure mass in grams. A seed might weigh in grams. Volume temperature. We measure liquid volume in liters and temperature in Kelvin or degrees Celsius. Okay, so you can choose one word below and use it in a sentence. So now, lab safety. Myth. Goggles are optional. Student thinks short tasks are safe. The fact. Eyes need protection even during quick, simple experiments. Goggles block splashes and flying pieces. So 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds to partner talk with someone. Why must you wear goggles? So, yeah. Okay, so two truths and a lie. So goggles help protect against spills. Goggles help you see tiny details. Goggles are only needed during fires. So over here, as we know, the goggles protect against spills, and so the lie is goggles are only needed during fires. So because that is incorrect, because not only pieces will be flying during a fire, they might be flying if someone breaks glass or something else happens. Alright, so we're almost halfway. We're halfway through, a little bit more than halfway. So we're at our experiment plan now. First, choose a science branch, ask a clear question, and list steps using SI units. Next, collect quantitative and qualitative data, graph the numbers, describe patterns, and report safely. So you guys can do this over a long term and then write your answers down in the comments. Make a connection. Directions. Turn and talk to a partner. Earlier you learned fair test. How has today's lesson deepened that idea? What's one idea you'll remember about safe, accurate experiment? Alright, now we're on the performance task. 7 slides left. So these are just some tasks. We don't have to do these. So exit ticket now. Show what you know. So your class tests if sunlight affects plant height. State a claim, list evidence. The SI units explain reasoning that shows scientific methods, steps, data types, graph choice, safety rules, and lab tools. Okay, so let's start this. Okay, so we can write our answer here, but we're not gonna do that right now. So here's claim, evidence, reasoning. So alright, so this is just a poll. How can you improve based on this? And then there's this last one. You can also put your answer down in the comments. And I will be having my contact email down in the description in case anyone has any questions. I'll have my email down in the comments so you guys can email me if you have any questions. I will usually respond within a day or so. So now we can just move on to our notes. So here we have unit. These are just some notes I'm gonna be putting down in the description. If you need more in-depth, you can just email me. So again, thank you for watching. I hope I see you in the next video, and toodles.